Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone to another Ref Brandon and the Todd Family YouTube video. Wherever you are, whatever you may be doing, thank you so much for making Ref Brandon and the Todd Family a part of your day. We always greatly appreciate it. If you jump on here live here on this Wednesday evening, feel free to leave a comment in the comment section down below. Make sure to give the video a like, a thumbs up. If you have not yet subscribed, please do so and share the video on all social media platforms. And if you live in certain parts of the country that are going to be supposedly getting some bad weather this weekend, I hope you are prepared for it, because it's supposed to be really ugly in certain parts of the country. Good evening, Kevron. Glad to have you here. As always, hey there, Austin. Glad to have you here. But tonight here on the channel, since it is a Hump Day Wednesday, I want to do a top 10 countdown. I did a countdown about this same topic, same category, so to speak, about this time last year. Figured I would do it again, and I do it because I want to see if anybody has any feedback, if they've seen any of these. But I think everybody knows by now I'm not a movie watcher, so the chances of me seeing any of these movies ever are slim to none. I'm doing fantastic, Austin. Hope you are as well. But it's the top 10 highest grossing movies of 2025. And of course, grossing is just how much money they made at the box office. And I got to be honest, between the fact that I don't watch commercials and the fact that, I don't have any of this modern day technology as far as like the ways to watch things. So half of these movies I've never heard of. And if you polled me and told me what they were about and who was in them, I couldn't tell you. But I wanted to do it because I heard a few months back that movie prices had gotten so high that people had stopped going to movies like they normally do, because it used to be, it was okay to go, take your husband and wife or boyfriend and girlfriend, or, if you have a teenage child to watch a movie, it wasn't that bad. But now, between the price of the actual movie and the price to buy a bucket of popcorn and a drink, it's basically $80-90 now just to watch a movie. So a lot of people have just gotten to where, even though they enjoy going to the theater, they're just waiting until either it comes out on VHS or Blu-ray or DVD, or ever how you watch it, or they're streaming it later instead of watching it right away. Even though you want to watch it right away, the price has just gotten so ridiculous. But number 10 is a movie from Warner Brothers distribution. Superman made $616,823,803. Number 9 is one I'm assuming is about racing, from Warner Brothers and Apple distribution, F1, and it made $631,742,436. I am reffing this weekend, Austin. If the show doesn't get canceled, I've got Total Aggression Wrestling coming up Saturday night, and hopefully the show will go on as scheduled. But I know that there's been some shows this weekend already been canceled. Hey there, 45. Glad to have you here on this Wednesday evening. Number 8 from Universal distribution, $636,351,148 for How to Train Your Dragon. I think it is in certain parts, Austin. I'm not sure about where you are. You'd have to watch your local news or do what I do, because I refuse to watch the news. I just get on my phone and I'll type up, the weather report and find it that way because I'm not watching the news. But you'd have to either listen to the radio in your area or watch the news or use your phone to see. But I do know that in a lot of parts, especially in the south and southeast, it's supposed to get really, really bad this weekend. I know they're calling for the worst storm in 10 years, supposedly, according to the weather experts in Pennsylvania. And I know it snowed this past weekend in Florida, and it never snows in Florida. So I know that in the south and southeast, it's supposed to be really, really bad starting Friday afternoon, Friday evening, all the way until Monday. Number 7 is one that I'm going to hope I'm pronouncing incorrectly. If not, and you've seen it, let me know. The full name is Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaba Infinity Castle. And that's from Aniplex, Toho, and Crunchyroll Studios. And it made $778,941,041. And 45, I'll go in a couple of hours. Thank you. Number 6 from Universal Studios, Jurassic World Rebirth, which made $869,146,189. So y'all are getting it Saturday and Sunday. Hopefully it won't be as bad as expected. I know that for some reason people always think that when it snows, that means they're going to be shut in for the next 6 months. And they go to the stores and they buy everything on the shelves. And I never have understood that because, for one, if it does snow, it's going to be gone in 2 or 3 days. You're not going to be shut in for the next 6 months. And then when you're not shut in, then you have all that food that's going to go bad because you bought too much. But anytime they call for snow or ice, people go to the store and buy everything on the shelf like they're going to be stuck at home for the next 6 months. And I've never understood that. Again, 10 through 6 is Superman, F1, How to Train Your Dragon, Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no Yaba Infinity Castle, and Jurassic World Rebirth. Number 5 from Warner Brothers Distribution, a Minecraft movie. It made $958,149,195. Number 4, Lilo and Stitch, of course, a Disney distribution, made $1,038,027,526. Number 3, Avatar, Fire and Ash, which is from 20th Century Studios, made $1,327,985,945. It is, Austin, very, very, very cold. Number 2, from Disney Distribution, Zootopia 2, $1,710,396,118. And number 1, from Beijing in Light, I want to say that I saw it was the highest grossing Japanese movie ever, but don't quote me on that. But Neza 2, which made $2,259,822,417. Now, if you see any of these, please feel free to let me know. But the only ones on this list I've heard of are Superman and Jurassic World Rebirth and Lilo and Stitch. That's it. And the only reason I've heard of Jurassic World is because a good friend of mine, a guy in the wrestling business, loved the original Jurassic Park. So he went and watched this because it was, I don't know if it's a remake or part 3 or, what it was, but he talked about that. I never saw a preview for it, but those are 3 of the 10 that I've heard of. and have not seen any of them, and the chances are I'll never see any of them. I'm just not a movie fan, so I'd like to have any feedback from anybody that's seen any of them. And Austin, I had Scrappy this past weekend. SWA was the weekend before that. But let's go ahead and get our dad joke of the day in here. What's a skeleton's least favorite room? The living room. And that does it for today's Ref Brandon and the Todd Family YouTube video. Until next time, it's Ref Brandon saying, just like in pro wrestling, life can be over by the count of three. Tell your friends and family how much you love